Hello, children. Hope all of you are fine at home. Today, we are going to start with the new lesson, that is lesson number 3, linear equation in one variable. Children, you have learned algebraic expression. What are algebraic expression? They are equation with an equality where variables and constants are used. There is equation sign between them. So what does that mean? The left side and right side of the equation are equal. Now here we are going to use a linear equation. The linear equation is that where the highest power of the equation will be 1, and we are going to solve only equation with one variable. So this is our lesson, linear equation in one variable. Now we'll go for the first exercise, that is very easy. First example of that is x minus 2 is equal to 7. So there left hand side x minus 2 is there, and to the right hand side 7 is there, and there's equal to sign between them. So what does that mean? The left hand side and right hand side is equal. Now here we are going to use the transportation method. So how we are going to solve the equation? X minus 2 is equal to 7. We have to keep only variable to one side, so it will be easy to solve. Now we'll keep x as it is to the left hand side, and we'll take minus 2 to the right hand side. So minus 2, when it goes to right hand side, it becomes plus 2. So 7 plus 2 is 9. So x value is 9 there. Go to the next one, that is fourth one. 3 upon 7 plus x is equal to 11 upon 7. Now we'll keep x as it is to the left hand side, and we'll transport 3 upon 7 to the right hand side, and that is become negative now. Now what is the base of those equation? That is 7. So no need to do the it correct, already it is equal. So how do the subtraction goes? 17 minus 3 is 14 upon 7, that means 2. Okay. Let us go to the next question, that is 8th one. 1.6 is equal to y upon 1.5. Now here y is, the variable is to the right hand side. We'll keep it as it is, and left hand side will take all the numbers. Now 1.5 is divided to y. So we'll take it to the right hand side. When it goes to the right hand side, that becomes multiplication. So 1.6 into 1.5 is equal to y. So multiply both the numbers, you will get 2.4 as y's value. Fine. Next is 12th one I have taken, that is x upon 3 plus 1 is equal to 7 upon 15. Now whichever number is easy to transport, we'll take that first. So 1 is separate, we'll take that to the right hand side. Keep x upon 3 as it is to the left, and take plus 1 to right hand side, and that will be negative 1. Now the base is different, the denominator is different. Multiplication of numerators, multiplication of denominators, and cross multiplication. So 15 into 1 is 15, 7 into 1 and 15 into 1. So that gives you minus 8 upon 15. Now x upon 3 is to the left hand side, and to the right hand side minus 8 upon 15. Now 3 is divided to x, take it to the right hand side and multiply it. You can do the cancellation, and 3 and 15 is possible there. So minus 8 upon 5 is the answer. I have done only 4 sums for you. Remaining sums from this exercise you have to do, children. Okay, hope it is easy. You have done these types of sums last years also, so there won't be any problem in solving the remaining one. If any doubt, let me know, we'll solve it. Let us go to the next exercise, that is 3.2. Here story problems are given. So those story statements you have to convert it into linear equation and solve. Here making the equation is important thing. Once you know the equation, solving is easy because you have learnt it last year also and in the first exercise also. Fine, I have chosen few sums from your exercise. That is the first one. If you subtract 1 upon 2 from a number and multiply the result by 1 upon 2, you will get 1 upon 8. What is the number? So, a number is there, that is, from that 1 upon 2 is subtracted and the answer is multiplied with again 1 upon 2 and that gives us 1.8. So how we will make the equation? So first we will consider the number as x. So from x we have to subtract minus 1 upon 2 and then that answer is multiplied with 1 upon 2. So that 1 upon 2 will come outside the bracket. So and is equal to that answer gives 1 upon 8. So the equation will be 1 upon 2 in the bracket x minus 1 upon 2, that gives us 1 upon 8. Now once the equation is ready you can solve it now. Now what is easy to transport to right hand side? 1 upon 2, that is outside the bracket. So we'll take it to the right hand side. Keep x minus 1 upon 2 as it is to the left and 1 upon 2 take to the right hand side. It becomes reciprocal when it goes to right hand side. 1 upon 8 into 2 upon 1. Now cancellation is possible, that is 1 upon 4. Now minus 1 upon 2 is to the left hand side, we will take it to the right hand side. That minus becomes plus. So what we got to the right hand side? X is equal to 1 upon 4 plus 1 upon 2. Now when you are solving these addition of fraction, what do you do? Multiplication of denominator and then cross multiplication. So 4 into 2 is 8 and 1 into 2 and 4 into 1. That is 4 plus 2 is 6 and 4 into 2 is 8. It gives us 6 upon 8. The cancellation is possible. Cancel that. So x value will get 3 upon 4. So that number will be 3 upon 4, which gives the answer 1 upon 8. Now let us go to the third question. The question is, the base of an isosceles triangle is 4 upon 3 centimeter. The perimeter of a triangle is 2 upon 15 centimeter. What is the length of remaining equal sides? Here, sorry, the base of isosceles triangle is given. In isosceles triangle, base and two equal sides are there. So here we know the base and equal two sides are not given. So we'll consider those two equal signs as x and x. So we know two sides are x and x and the base is 4.4 upon 3. And they are given a perimeter, that is 2 upon 15. So if you add all these three sides, the perimeter is 2 upon 15. So how will be the equation? X plus x. Why x plus x? Because these are two equal sides. X plus 4 upon 3. That gives us perimeter 2 upon 15. You know no perimeter formula. All three sides gives us perimeter. So x plus x is 2x, 4 upon 3 as it is, and then 62 upon 15. Take 4 upon 3 to the right hand side. That becomes 2x is equal to 62 upon 15 minus 4 upon 3. Now again, as I told you earlier, multiplication of denominator and then cross multiplication. So multiplication of denominator is 15 into 3 is 45 and upside 62 into 3, that is 186. 15 into 4 is minus 60. So 186 minus 60 gives you 126. 2x is equal to 126 upon 45. Now 2 is there, that will take it to the right hand side and divide it. So 126 upon 45 into 2. The cancellation is possible. After that you will get x value as 7 upon 5, that is 1 integer 2 upon 5 centimeter. So these are the two sides of the given triangle, that is 1 2 upon 5 centimeter. Fine. Let us go to the next example, that is fifth one. In the fifth sum, the numbers are in the ratio of 5:3. If they differ by 18, what are the numbers? Here two numbers are there. The numbers it not told, but their ratio is 5:3. And the difference between these two numbers is 18. So how will do? The ratio is 5:3. So the numbers will be 5x and 3x. Now the difference between them is 18. So to find out difference, what do? We do the subtraction. So 5x minus 3x is equal to 18. That gives us 2x is equal to 18 and x value is 9. Now the numbers are 5x and 3x. Now we have to multiply to find out the first number. 5x is 5 into 9, that is 45. The next number is 3x, that is 3 into 9, that gives us 27. So these two numbers are 45 and 27. Fine. Go to the next one, that is eighth one. The question is, the consecutive integers are such when they are taken in increasing order and multiplied by 2, 3 and 4 respectively, they add up to 74. Find these numbers. First of all, understand the question, children. There are three consecutive numbers. What are the consecutive numbers? The numbers which comes one after another. What is the difference between each number which comes after? So if it is 4, the next number is 5, the next number is 6. So each number you have to add 1, 1, 1, isn't it? For consecutive number, if the first number we are considering as x, the second number has to be x plus 1. The third number will be x plus 2, because in the previous number we have to add 2 to get the next number, isn't it? Now the consecutive numbers are x, x plus 1 and x plus 2. So these are three numbers which you are considered. Now what is told? Each number is multiplied with some number. What is the numbers? The first number is multiplied with 2, the second number is multiplied with 3 and the last number is multiplied with 4. And when you multiply and add these all numbers, you will get 74. Now what I have done it here? 2 into x, that is first number. So that gives you 2x. Next 3 into x plus 1. X plus 1 is the second number. That has to be multiplied with 3. Next third number is x plus 2. That has to be multiplied with 4. And add all this together gives you 74. Now open the brackets and solve it. So 2 into x is 2x. 3 you have to multiply the x and 1 both. So 3x and plus 3. Next again 4 you have to multiply with x plus 2. So 4x plus 8. All together it gives 74. So addition of equal terms. So 2x plus 3x, 4x gives you 9x, and addition of constant, that is 1 and 8 is 3 and 8 is 11. So the equation becomes 9x plus 11 is equal to 74. Keep 9x as it is and take minus plus 11 to the right hand side. It becomes minus 11. That gives you 63. Now 9 is multiplied, take it to the right hand side and divide it. So 63 divided by 9 gives you 7. Now 7 is the first number. What is the next number? Add 1 in that, you will get 8. Add 2 in that, you will get the third number. So 7, 8 and 9 are the three consecutive numbers which are asked. Fine. Let us go to the ninth question now. Here the problem is given with ages. Children, you will face many types of sums with age related in the next exercises also. So see how to do them. Now the question is, the ages of Rahul and Harun are in the ratio of 5:7. 4 years later, the sum of their ages will be 56 years. What are their present ages? Now there are two boys, one is Rahul and one is Harun. Their ratio of ages is given 5:7. We don't know the ages, so we'll consider them as 5x and 7x. So Rahul's age is 5x, so Harun's age is 7x. These are their present ages. After 4 years, we have to add 4 in each of them's age. So Rahul's age will be, present age is 5x plus 4 years. Next, Harun's age is 7x plus 4 years. So that are their ages after 4 years. Now if you add these two ages after 4 years, that gives us 56. Now add it then. 5x plus 4 plus 7x plus 4, that is equal to 56. Addition of like terms now. 5x plus 7x gives you 12x. 4 plus 4 is 8. Take that 8 to the right hand side, that becomes negative, that gives you 48. So 12x is equal to 48. 12 is multiplied, take it to the right hand side and divide it. So x is equal to 4. So 4 is x value. Now what are the ages? Those are present ages. 5x is Rahul's age. So you have to multiply 5 into 4. Why 4? Because x value is 4. So 5 into 4 is 20. And Harun's age is 7x, that is 7 into 4, that is 28. So their ages are 20 and 28 years. Okay. Let us go to one more sum, that is 13th one. A rational number is such that when you multiply it by 5/2 and add 2/3 to the product, you get minus 7/12. Now find out the number. We don't know rational number. We'll consider that as x. What we have to do? You have to multiply x with 5/2. So what is my equation? First I multiplied x into 5/2, and in that answer we have to add 2/3. So what is the equation? X into 5/2, and that answer is added by 2/3. And what is the answer of that? Minus 7/12. Let us solve the equation. Once you get the equation, you can solve it. There won't be any problem in solving, but equation making is important thing here. Now keep the bracket as it is, x into 5/2, and 2/3 will go to the right hand side and becomes negative. Now 12 and 3 bases are different. I told you in the earlier sum, multiplication of denominator and then cross multiplication. So 12 into 3 is 36, minus 7 into 3 is minus 21, 12 into minus 2 is 24. That gives you minus 45/36. Next, keep x as it is and take 5/2 to the right hand side. That gives you 2/5. Now cancellation is possible. Do the cancellation. You will get minus 1/2 as x value. So the rational number which is asked, that is minus 1/2. Now I am going to do one more sum from the exercise. That will be the last sum which I am going to explain now. That is, go to the next sum. The sum is Lakshmi is a cashier in a bank. She has currency notes of denominations rupees 100, rupees 50, rupees 10 respectively. The ratio of the number of these notes are 2:3:5. The total cash with Lakshmi is rupees 5 lakh, 4 lakhs. How many notes of each denomination does she have? Now children, there are different notes with Lakshmi. She's a bank cashier. So she has 100 rupees notes, 50 rupees notes and 10 rupees note. We don't know how many notes she is having, but the ratio of the notes is given, that is 2:3:5. So we'll consider the notes as 2x, 3x and 5x. Now how many 100 rupees notes are there? 2x. How many 50 rupees notes are there? That is 3x. And how many 10 rupees notes are there? 5x. So if you add all this, you will get total cash of 4 lakhs rupees. Fine. Now we'll make the equation first. So the equation will be 100 rupees notes. How many? 2x. Plus 50 rupees notes is 3x. Plus 10 rupees note is 5x is equal to 4 lakhs. Open the brackets. 100 into 2x is 200x. 50 into 3x is 150x. 10 into 5x is 50x. It gives 4 lakhs rupees. Add all the like terms, that is 200, 150 and 50 is 400x is equal to 4 lakh. Take 400 to the right hand side and divide. You will get 1000. So x value is 1000 now. X is what? Each types of notes. Now how many 100 notes, 100 rupees notes are there? 2x. So 2 into 1000. So 2000 notes are there. 50 rupees notes, 3x are there. So 3 into 1000, that is 3000 notes. 10 rupees notes, 5x are there. So 5 into 1000, that is 5000 notes. Okay. So like that you have to solve it. There are 16 sums in the exercise. I have done around 6 for you. Hope you will understand. If any doubt, let me know. Try to solve on your own. Try to make equation on your own. Once the equation is done, it's easy for you to solve the sum. Hope there won't be any difficulty. Solve it. Till then, goodbye.